The Ronald McDonald House Charities of Western New York is providing families battling illness with a warm place to stay. We'll tell you more about this amazing nonprofit organization up next. I'm here today with Darlene Wilbur of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Western New York. Thank you so much for joining me on the Sweet Buffalo Show today.
Thank you for having me, Kim.
Of course. So tell me all about the Ronald McDonald House and what you do for families at one of the most difficult parts of their lives.
So we provide comfort, care, and support to families who have children who are receiving medical treatment here in Buffalo. What that looks like is we have our Ronald McDonald House on West Ferry, and then we have programs at Oshai and Sisters Hospital. We have a family room at Oshai. We have a hospitality card at Oshai, and we have a hospitality card at Sisters. And what these do is they provide families with opportunities to get like nourishment or other things that they need while their little one's going through medical treatments. The house, everyone loves the house, knows the house, and we're looking to have them improve the house so that we can accommodate more families.
And this is so important because a lot of these families, while some of us might live close to Oshai Children's Hospital, other families might live quite a distance. So to keep having to come back or pay for a hotel it's not financially feasible. So what you guys do is give them a place where they can feel at home while they can focus on their child in the hospital.
That's exactly it. That's so key. Completely free. We don't ask the families for anything. We just ask that we have them come through as referrals. We work closely with the hospital. Social workers, bring us these families who have their little ones receiving treatment. So yeah, you really nailed it. That's what we do. We want to make sure that we have the proper programming that's going to ease them through this process. It's such a struggle when you have a child going through an illness. They have a million things these parents, these caregivers are thinking about, how they're going to pay for all these different treatments, anything that's going on in their day-to-day life, to be able to give them a space where they don't have to worry about, like you said, worrying about paying the hotels and all of that, expense. It's huge. It's a huge relief.
And you're trying to make it Ronald McDonald House Charities even more accessible now. So talk to me about the Access for All project.
Sure, our Access for All project. I'm so excited to tell you about this. We have this beautiful home. It's a 130-year-old mansion on West Ferry. And currently, you cannot access it through the front door, which is huge because you see this building, everything that represents us, the heart of the home, is entering through the front entrance. You come in and you just feel the warmth, right? So we are going to be adding a ramp to the front of the home so that way anybody, regardless of their mobility limitations, can come through and immediately have that experience that we all, really appreciate about the home. And that'll get them right into the family room, the dining room areas. We're going to retrofit the kitchen that's currently existing in there to make that more accessible. So again, that people, they can just come in and it just feels like their home. They can come in and they can do their cooking or whatever they need to do, and they'll have access to all of that. And then they'll be able to have access to the entire home now that we're gonna be adding a full-size elevator. We do currently have a lift. It's not totally accommodating. You can only get one person in there in time, so it's quite a process to get them through the house. So this full-size elevator is going to be a huge life-changing thing because now the whole family can come in together and they can explore the house together. So that's going to be a really nice addition. And then on the second floor, we're adding another accessible suite. So once they come up the elevator, they'll have access to a room right there with a bathroom and everything that they need. Make it really easy for them to get through the house. And then they'll be able to go through the other parts of the house through additional mobility aids that we'll have in there. So additional ramps and things. So it's really going to be a house for everybody now.
That's beautiful. And you have another project as well coming up, right? A meal project?
We have a new kitchen that's going to be going in on the first floor as well. You see like a little connector there in the hallway. that's going to accommodate the Meal Makers program that we currently have. That's our meal prep. So we bring in volunteers who are cooking for the families that are staying at the house. And we thought it was really great to have them have their own space. They can do their meal prep. The families can have their own kitchen. They can do their thing. The Meal Makers can do the meal prep. And they'll have this amazing new kitchen, all these wonderful appliances from Orville's. We've got really good partnerships. Northtown Automotive actually sponsors the Meal Makers program. So we have really good partnerships here that are going to support that project. And we're just looking forward to, we just really want this new kitchen because a lot of people are excited to cook meals at the house.
Absolutely. From what I've seen, that a lot of people want to volunteer and do this. It means a lot to them. And there's a lot of good cooks in Western New York for sure, right?
So many good cooks, such a good culinary experience. Our families are so lucky to have, so fortunate to have so many good options here.
Yeah, and it's such a special opportunity to be able to give back. I know there are a lot of people want to give back, but they kind of don't know how. And obviously we all know donations are very important to fund all of this, of course. But if you want to physically lend a hand, what better way than to cook a meal and know that they're going to enjoy that?
Yeah, it certainly means the world. I mean, you think about it, you come home from a hard day of work, and the last thing you're really thinking about is, oh my gosh, now I got to cook this meal. Well, they're coming from a hospital and a very, trying situation. So they're stressed and tired, and to come back to a warm meal, it just means the world to them to have that.
Absolutely. And what other ways are there to support the Ronald McDonald House?
Well, certainly, we have this $1 million project. So we're welcoming donations towards the Access for All project. People can do something as simple as we collect pull tabs off of pop cans, and they can donate pop cans, and we have them recycled, and then we use that money for our operations. They can come and make little gift bags and stuff for the families to have, because they don't, some of them come with nothing, and so it's nice to have little activity books and things like that they can do while they're spending time with us or in the hospital. We also take, really just there's a lot of just different need. It all kind of depends on the families and who are staying there. So it's really good to call the house and say, what do you need? And, because it varies from, again, like I said, the families who are staying with us and what their needs are.
And you have been at the Ronald McDonald House for a little while now. Tell me about, is there a story that really, I know there's many, but is there a story of a family that really touched your heart?
So when I first came on board, there's this boy, Aiden, and Aiden is a pediatric cancer patient, and his grandmother's his caregiver, and they've been staying with us on and off for the better part of 2-3 years now. And I met Aiden, and his story, he really resonated with me. I have a child, Aiden. They're both 14 years old. You can understand, when you see that, you just know what they're thinking, what they're going through. And Aiden is he's such a sweet boy. And his grandmother, they're from Hornell. So that's a distance. And for her to make that hike to and from Hornell while he's going through all his medical treatments, it was a lot. So she was just to see how grateful she was for the programs that we have, really it touched my heart.
Well, I'm just so grateful for all the good work you do, and the whole team at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Western New York. You're really doing incredible things for these families at the most difficult time in their lives. So thank you for all the effort you're putting forth and for these amazing projects that are going to come to fruition soon. You're doing really beautiful things, and we appreciate you here at Sweet Buffalo.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for joining me on the Sweet Buffalo Show today.
Thank you for having me again.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
For more episodes of The Sweet Buffalo Show, visit Sweet Buffalo on all our social platforms for sweet stories worth sharing.